All right. It is Saturday evening. And you know what that means. It is time for the best damn wrestling show on the internet, the Industry Outsiders. My name is Big Syn. I am joined by Hollywood J-Blaq. How you doing, fam? Hey, turn your shit off mute.
There we go. See, there's the magic happens. Yeah, what is good? What is good? What is really, really good? Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy James, aka Hollywood J-Blaq, live in the building once again. What can I say? We good, man. You know, it's a nice little Saturday night we doing this. You know what I'm saying? We got a pay-per-view popping off tomorrow. A lot of stuff that we gotta kind of break down and condense, and then just get right to, man. I can't wait to talk about it. We got a lot to unpack. Just heading into this, not only on the WWE front, but on the AEW front, where the demo god has awoken from its slumber and has taken over. And that man is Y2J Chris Jericho, the king of the 18 to 49 demographic, as he likes to say.
That shit. When I heard him say that shit, I was like, oh, no. No, don't bring the ratings into a storyline, please. That is the last thing we need.
You know, all right, so
what's up, Seven Studio over there on YouTube? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, the thing is, right, when it comes to Chris Jericho, everything with him is over the top. Even if it's pure BS, that's Chris Jericho, right? You know what I'm saying? And then if it didn't work out, then he would just look like as a fool. But because it did work out, he looks like the greatest thing since sliced fucking bread. And that's why you gotta love Chris Jericho, bro. Like,
how many more things does Chris Jericho have to be great at?
There's not enough things that Chris Jericho is great at, to be dead honest. He needs to be great at more things, okay? Everything he touches turns to platinum. It needs to turn into diamonds, okay? That's Chris Jericho in a nutshell. I just love it though. I love how it pisses off the smarks and the marks, and it's just a beautiful thing. I go on the internet forums and I'm just like, fuck yes, y'all niggas is mad, and I love it. But
Jericho talked about how he put Orange Cassidy on the map, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to say right now, since Orange Cassidy has been in AEW, that man has been an enigma. He is the non-exciting Jeff Hardy from the fucking late 90s, early 2000s. That's Orange Cassidy.
I mean, if we're going to label him, yeah. I mean, if we're going to call a spade, let's call a spade a spade. You know what I mean? Hey, listen. This feud with Orange Cassidy elevated both of these men. And you think that you can't really elevate Chris Jericho, but he took a singular performer, and that's a comedy performer for the most part, with that actually knows how to actually go in the ring. And they tuned in to make one of probably the best matches that has been on a pay-per-view in a minute. And it had a story. And like, it had a really good story going into the pay-per-view. And the match itself was on fire. I mean, I can't wait for part two. You know there's got to be a part two which subsequently then is going to be a part 3 blow-off match. That I feel it coming. But shout out to both these men to deliver. Cassidy delivering without saying a word, letting his actions do the talking. Chris Jericho just being the demo god that he is. You got to love it, man. I'm sorry. I love it. I love it.
So what's with your boy, was it Ortiz, who just kept on falling over in the orange juice?
Santana and Ortiz, those dudes, man. And I love Ortiz. Listen.
Santana even looking at him like, what you doing, dog?
Hey, you got to sell. Okay. Michael PSA said sell, damn it. All right. Sell, then sell. All right.
I got you.
So apparently Ortiz went to that school, graduated with honors because he sells he sells death like no other person that I've seen in a long time. Not since like Devon Dudley. And I think that's probably where he gets his inspiration from. Do you remember when Devon Dudley got hit with the Cobra and just like
had a seizure? Yes. Yes, yeah. I remember when Devon had a seizure.
That's what I'm saying.
What is amazing about when that juice dropped, the only person who did not get wet was Jack Swagger.
He just knows.
Jake Hagar, my bad.
Jake, he's in a level all of his own. He senses things before everybody else does, and he just happened to step to the left and up right before it happened. If you take a look at it, yeah, I know where this is going.
Jericho took all of it.
Yeah, and I just love it, Cassidy.
So we also need to talk about this past Wednesday night.
Yep.
The Lucha Brothers and FTR had a fantastic match.
As it was expected, although the finish I did not expect.
Him ripping off Ray Phoenix's mask.
Yeah, I did not expect that one.
That's heel mode. That's heel mode FTR right there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the AEW. All right, so the recent AEW is that everybody that's supposed to be coming in to do what they're supposed to do has been showing, like as good guys, have been showing these little cracks. A little bit of cracks are breaking down. And mentally, Cody Rhodes is starting to show it a little bit.
We'll get into that with him and Sunny Kiss match here in a second.
Yeah, you have that. You have FTR showing a little bit of a little crack. You have Shawn Spears apparently corrupting everyone. He seems to be the uniting factor in this. You got
Tully Blanchard watching everybody.
You got Kenny Omega. I don't know what the hell's going on with Kenny Omega.
Yeah, okay, so let's just shoot over to Kenny Omega. So after this FTR Lucha Brothers match, Kenny Omega tried to come back and make up for upping out the beer that FTR gave him last week. And they ended up pouring some really shaded out Miller Lights with Sharpie. Somebody did a really bad job with Sharpie on those. On Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
And later on the night, Jurassic Express took on the Elite, which is the team of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, in what was another great match. Marco Stunt still showing that he's a midget who can wrestle. But unfortunately for Marco Stunt, he's also a very small man who took the one-winged angel like a champ and died. But after that, Kenny Omega decided to lay the beat down on little Marco.
Yeah, man. I was like, Kenny Omega done fucking snapped, bro. Like,
all because his tag team partner is out at the bar with FTR having a couple of drinks.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you look at it like this. Listen, when this fallout between Omega and Hangman happens, that's probably going to be the best feud of 2020 if it goes down. I'm really praying that it goes down within the next month. Like they lose the belts to FTR or something, and then while everybody's distracted, like FTR runs off with the belts, Omega and Hangman just beat the shit out of each other. Hangman goes by himself, and then we see a 4 or 5 month freaking feud of Hangman versus Omega. I would be down to see that shit. Like I said, the cracks are already there. The elite
since AEW has started, Hangman has been performing at the best level I've ever seen him perform.
Oh yeah, at the highest level. You gotta remember, this man was in line to beat Chris Jericho for the belt. Like that was like one of his biggest matches was against Chris Jericho. So Hangman has it. I think the person that has a chip on his shoulder is Kenny Omega. I'm not sure if you've seen the dirt sheets today or the last couple of days, but the opinion on Kenny Omega is simply that he hasn't found what it's taken to win over American audiences, either as a face or a heel. So that's
here's the problem with Kenny Omega. In New Japan, he was called the best bout machine.
Yep.
Reason he was called the best bout machine in Japan is because every match he wrestled was against a star as caliber as him. They are all up here.
Yeah.
But in AEW, they're working with guys who are trying to bring themselves up. Moxley's a different type of animal. You cannot have a 5-star match with John Moxley.
Yeah.
Jericho, you can't have a 5-star match with Jericho because he's on the forward side of things, but he does do his job. Kenny and Cody would probably bring him back, but definitely Kenny and Hangman would bring the best bout machine back to planet Earth.
Yeah. Well, the problem is that, I mean, Kenny Omega hasn't, just like I think you alluded to, but on a more mental scale, he hasn't really had the opportunity to flex his mental chops like he did in AEW. I mean, in New Japan. In New Japan, you fuck with Tanahashi and you fuck with your tag team partners Kota Ibushi. You know what I'm saying? And, these are motherfuckers that he learned Japanese in order to be able to cut these promos just like they were.
And then you also have Okada.
Yeah. Like when we see that's a perfect example. Okada, like we've seen Kenny Omega like go word for word and blow for blow with the best. Outside of, just like you said, Moxley, Jericho, and Cody, he hasn't had that opportunity because he went on the losing streak. And then he joined up with Hangman, and then they won the tag team titles. I think a feud with Hangman, with the elite, with what's left of the elite behind him, I think that's going to re-elevate Kenny Omega. I think if Cody Rhodes goes on his own with the Nightmare Family and does this 4 Horsemen thing, and then Kenny Omega becomes the leader of the elite, where the Young Bucks basically just snap along with Kenny Omega and then take out FTR, that'll be something else.
Kenny Omega needs that. So Kenny Omega can put as many great performances as he wants together.
Yeah.
In America, but they're not going to be seen like they were in Japan due to the talent level. Yes, Frank is fantastic. Chuck Taylor is fantastic. These guys he's been in the ring with are great, but they are not New Japan Pro Wrestling great.
No, true. I originally thought that Best Friends was going to be the closest to take them out for the belt if it wasn't going to be FTR.
That was a fantastic match a couple weeks ago.
It was. It just sucks that I think it was Chuck that got hurt, legitimately hurt. He was fine after the match, but he got legitimately hurt in the middle of the match, which slowed everything down and changed the finish. But man, it's just that's all we've been missing is people have to remember one big thing. AEW is literally since Double or Nothing, since All In, but actually since Double or Nothing. So from when Double or Nothing occurred, AEW is literally a year old. So we haven't had time to develop the feuds, and you don't want to carry over feuds from Japan because then you're saying, "Oh, we're carrying over feuds from Japan. They don't have any original content." You know.
I also think that Kenny Omega misses his best friend Kota Ibushi. I really think that is a factor in Kenny Omega right now. Yeah. Because in every wrestling company he's been in, Kota has been right there too.
Yeah. But I think once we get to the point where Kenny Omega goes heel, what's the dude with the baby oil Nakasaki or Naka?
I know you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I think if they get back to the relationship that they had in Japan, where he was kind of like Kenny Omega's assistant almost, like little best buddy type shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kenny Omega goes full heel cleaner. I think that would be beneficial because then you get to see more of the stuff that you see on Dark with Kenny Omega being creative with the humor and shit. Like that's
because Kenny Omega and Joey Janela, they tore the house down on fucking Dark.
Yeah, I know. It should even Joey Janela and what's his name had a really good match. Lance Archer, and like that was Lance Archer's second best match outside the Cody Rhodes match. But man, we need to see more of the cleaner. We need to see more of who. So remember, I asked the question 2 months back: who the fuck is Roman Reigns?
Who the fuck is Kenny Omega?
That's where we're at right now. And I think the difference is between Roman Reigns and Kenny Omega is that Kenny Omega can actually control the future. Roman Reigns can't. Yeah. So if Kenny Omega can get on his own, we're gonna find out who AEW's Kenny Omega really is.
Well, speaking of Roman Reigns, he has recently been chatting up trying to get a NXT North American and NXT Championship match against Keith Lee.
It'll be interesting to see. Although I'm sad because we went from being in the main title picture now back down to going to NXT now. I don't like it. I think it messes with Killer Cross's push and where they want to put Killer Cross, unless they're gonna just like hold off. And I'd even be down to see Killer Cross versus Roman Reigns, to be dead honest. Like I would love to see that feud. And I know it's a weird thing for me to say, but I don't think you want to feed Killer Cross to Keith Lee right now as soon as he won the belt. Like I don't think that's the right thing to do right now.
I think that's why in this past NXT they went the Dominic Dijakovic route.
Yeah,
with him and Cross getting into it in the back.
Yeah, I don't even think that you even want to even go that route until SummerSlam. That's a big money match.
Well, not only that, let's think about it. Killer Cross, or Karrion Kross is known now, has only been in NXT for 2 months.
Yeah. So unless you plan on taking Keith Lee and shooting and strapping a rocket to him during the next season of SmackDown or Raw in September,
which I would be okay with.
Yeah. The only thing that I can see is maybe putting up the North American Championship against Karrion Kross and let Karrion Kross dominate the entire division for the next 6-7 months. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to take the heavyweight title off of Keith Lee. I don't even want to take the North American title off of Keith Lee.
Keith Lee has been the last year since the NXT invasion of Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Keith Lee has been the single best performer on NXT.
Yep. He's, the crowd reactions, merch, performance-wise, I think Keith Lee is, if you do it right and you put him against the right people, you're talking about Junkyard Dog levels of love, possibly even Hulk Hogan levels of love, if you do it right.
With the wrestling skill of a Daniel Bryan and a Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Thank you. And I think that's what it is. Strap a rocket to the man. They've already strapped the rocket to him. He's going to take it to the moon. They just got to give him time to do it in the right feuds. But right now, put him against Karrion Kross is not beneficial between now and SummerSlam. You book that.
And like I said, I think they're going to hold off because of the whole Dijakovic thing.
Yeah.
Because Dijakovic fucked his own push to the main roster by leaking it online.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's not his fault. I mean, they advertised Dijakovic as a big deal, and they fucked it up. Dijakovic is. I love Dijakovic.
The dude's amazing. He's a 6'9" guy who can do Sid Justice type of things, but fly around the ring like a Hangman Page.
And that's what kills me. And like, they're literally guys sitting in NXT that Vince is salivating over, right? You know what I'm saying?
Damien Priest, Dijakovic, Keith Lee, Killian Dane again.
Yeah, because Killian Dane lost some weight. Damien Priest is looking actually real nice.
In the Finn Balor match, Damien Priest has put on some great performances.
And that was the intention. And I tell you, people underestimate Triple H's acumen for getting somebody over. Sometimes you don't have to win the match to get somebody over.
Oh, look at Johnny Gargano.
Yeah, exactly. All right, long as you show that he gave 150% in that match, and you lose because he knows his NXT crowd. They respect work rate more than anything else. About it.
Since the Finn Balor match, Damien Priest is being pushed as a face.
Yep.
Which is very odd. Which is very, very odd to me.
Which you already know how this probably goes. So if Keith Lee gets however this Keith Lee thing goes, we've already seen Keith Lee versus Damien. What is his name? Damien Priest. You can feasibly say Priest versus Cross would be a really good match. Like that would be where it is right now, especially if you really heavily book Priest as a rogue face, almost kind of mystical, like Undertaker style,
kind of a tweener type.
Yeah. And then basically you book him like Dead Man Taker. That should probably literally find the Dead Man Taker playbook, give it to Priest, and be like, here, study this shit, show me what the fuck you can do. And then him and Cross, I think could have nice bad blood for a while. You've seen that he can do bad blood feuds, especially with him and Cameron Grimes. Probably one of the best long-term storytelling that they've had.
That's going on right now.
Yeah.
I would also want to see before Karrion Kross takes on Keith Lee, it's Finn Balor against Karrion Kross.
Yeah, that would be good. I'd even take Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross for the North American title if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Either way, I think Finn Balor's next stop is the North American Championship. One way or the other, either that or the NXT UK Championship. Once all this COVID-19 shit gets settled and whatnot,
he still got unfinished business with Walter.
Yeah, and that's a lot because the whole thing is that he was supposed to take the belt from Walter, and him and Walter were supposed to be feuding for the next 6 months. This was supposed to happen all the way, I think, back in March or April when NXT UK had their show.
When everything got shut down,
yeah, him and Walter were supposed to feud for the next 6 months. In the UK, and Finn would have been happy because he would have been home. Walter doesn't want to leave the UK, and he's happy where he's at.
I don't blame him because of the way he was treated at Survivor Series.
Oh yeah, that's how he knew. He probably realized shit.
He was treated like a jobber in the Survivor Series match.
The crowd loved him. The crowd absolutely fucking loved Walter. Vince McMahon fucked him over. Yeah, Vince McMahon fucked him. I'm sorry, and if I could tell Walter to his face, I apologize for how he was treated by Vince McMahon, I would, okay? Like that was wrong and it was foul, and I don't want to stand for it.
I hear that one. So over on WWE Raw, we seen for some reason Dolph Ziggler came back for God knows what reason and decided to bring Heath Slater with him, and Heath Slater got his head kicked off but cut one of the best promos of his career against Drew McIntyre.
Dude, so 3 things I took away from that. Heath Slater was fucking yoked, bro.
Oh, dude, he's like, what'd he say on Twitter? He's like, am I a Vince McMahon guy now? And he's like, wow.
Yeah. Your boy was yoked. And I bet you probably saw Vince McMahon, you know how he has the gift where he's looking at somebody and he falls back in the chair?
Yeah.
That was probably him. The second thing, yes, Heath Slater can cut a hell of a promo, but Heath Slater's always been able to cut a promo. He can piss you off as a heel, or he can draw you in because he got fucking kids.
And I like that. I like that part right there. He's like, oh yeah, all these fans know I got kids. They think I got like 20. Actually, I have 2.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was like, oh, Heath, this is fucking gold, man. He slapped Big Daddy Drew in the face.
Yeah. I was like, oh boy, Drew's gonna kill you, nigga.
And what a Claymore kick later.
But you know what though? I want to shout out Vince McMahon for doing that, and let me tell you why. Because he slated he got let go. He's technically he got paid by the WWE for 90 days after he got let go. Okay, that's fine. That's what it is. But to put
something Leo Rush never mentioned, even though he got paid.
Yeah, exactly. So to put Heath Slater on national television, knowing that he's going to be on your competition tomorrow,
unless they're going to sign him, unless WWE brings him back.
I mean, but they would have to cost Drew McIntyre the belt by using Heath Slater if they did that. But they knew that the whole thing is that they knew that he's going to be on. The word is that he's going to be on Impact. Yeah, but there's a bunch of people from WWE showing up on Impact tomorrow. Just you better take a list and check it twice.
EC3, Curtis Axel, Bo Dallas.
Yep.
I don't think the Rusev were true now that Rusev has come down with COVID.
No, but the Good Brothers are going to be there. They've already confirmed.
Well, they were on Impact Wrestling this past week. So.
Yeah, they said they were going to be show up the show, which I think they're going to answer that open challenge against that one team. I don't remember their names.
Oh well, are you talking about the northern people?
Nope, there's another dude. Another.
Oh no, they're fighting Shamrock and
what's his
name? Ain't they?
Yep.
How was Ken Shamrock back in wrestling? I'm still trying to figure that shit out.
Yo, why is Sami Callihan the Undertaker?
Hey, Sami Callihan, that dude, he was so wasted there. If he was in NXT now, he wouldn't be wasted. But he was in the gimmicky NXT, and he hurt himself because of it.
Yo, but the hacker thing that they wanted to do, this is what Sami Callihan invented that he wanted to use in NXT, and they didn't even let him use it. And now
they would let him use it, and they dumbed down his offense to like 10 moves.
You see, now on Impact, he became a heavyweight fucking champion with the same gimmick. Sami Callihan hacking shit, popping up. You know what I'm saying? And that's I wish I could talk more about Impact because oddly enough, I have it on Instagram to keep up with it. And Impact has actually become pretty decent.
I know Willie Mack and Rick Swann are down there.
No, just Willie Mack. Rich Swann got fired. Oh no, he got injured. Rich Swann got injured. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Okay, then you also got I know Keith Bay shows up there every once in a while to wrestle. When they do that shit here at Sam Sam.
Oh yeah, so Chris Bay and Willie Mack are fighting for the X Division title tomorrow. Okay. So that's going to be
they're going to have their pay-per-view go up against Extreme Rules? And we wonder why Impact always seems to come losing it.
Actually, wait a minute. It's tonight. Tonight's the 18th. So we'll know exactly what's going to. So tonight. So that's happening. The four-way dance with for the heavyweight title, which we still don't know who the mystery participant is, which everybody's assuming is EC3.
Because Tessa Blanchard is actually on the verge of signing with WWE.
I've heard about that. And that one, I really thought that AEW was going to throw the money at her, but the problem is that, Tony Khan straight talked to Tully Blanchard because he was 100 with him and was like, if Tessa Blanchard does to me what she did Impact Wrestling, notwithstanding anything else, I'm not only going to fire you. I'm not only going to fire the shit out of her and put her on blast, but I'm going to fire you. Mm-hmm. And so Tully Blanchard's not going to put his job on the line because he got a nice job managing Sean Spears. Okay,
Tully Blanchard is chilling right now.
Yeah, he don't need to stress about shit, and he doesn't need anybody to have whose job hanging over him, especially his own daughter.
Hey, go ahead and talk about Impact for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, but Impact has really come down with some really, really good stuff. I highly recommend, especially now with the lack of, there's no NWA. There's no Evolve because that just got bought out by WWE. I would take a serious look at TNA Impact and I take a look. I just like dead serious. Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. I take a look. Watch it. Watch Impact. They got some really good stuff going on. The only thing I don't like right now because there's like zero crowd. Like in AEW and in WWE, at least there's somewhat of a crowd. They need to find a way to put a crowd actually in there and make shit happen. Past that, I'd highly recommend watching Impact. The North is probably one of the best tag teams in the world. It's basically if you would have mixed Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar in their younger years and made them a tag team, that's what the North is.
So the Steiner Brothers?
Yes, thank you. There you go. There you go. The Steiner Brothers on steroids.
Well, he kind of was on steroids.
He was on performing enhancing substance. They were not confirmed or denied to be steroids, okay?
But he was the big bad genetic booty daddy. Yes, they were confirmed.
they could have been human growth hormones, okay? They're not illegal. Well, they weren't illegal at the time, but whatever. That's neither here nor there.
Okay, so what else we got going on the wall? Okay, we got Asuka and Sasha Banks, which is a match that's been needing to happen for a couple of years now.
Praying that Asuka, if Asuka doesn't kill Sasha Banks, or my alternate reality situation that happens is that Bayley accidentally cost Sasha Banks the title, and then you start seeing the little cracks in the relationship to the point where it leads to Bayley versus Sasha at SummerSlam. I think that's the only way that this could really turn out. That would be the long-term evolution of this program. Otherwise, I don't know what you do after that, because
you have to have the payoff has to be Bayley Sasha at SummerSlam. This is the payoff to everything going on.
Yep. Anyways,
why'd you Ric Flair chop a bottle off the table?
I did not. Ric Flair chopped a box. Ric Flair chopped a box, and that box just so happened to hit a bottle, and then the bottle flew off the table. Okay, damn. So, all jokes aside, that literally has to be the payoff on that one. Like that, without that, I don't know. That has to be it. Because Asuka has a date with somebody, which is probably Charlotte at SummerSlam.
Charlotte might be pregnant. She might not be coming back anytime soon.
Ooh. So do you realize that AEW and WWE are running into the same problem?
Yeah. So
in AEW, the first 4 contenders for the women's championship are all out with injuries or possible hoo-ha pregnancies. Cannot confirm or deny, which is why they paid Eva Elise double what she was making not working to come to work. Because Eva Elise was signed with AEW and has just been chilling, sitting at home.
Yeah.
Now she's going to make her re-debut for the company on Wednesday. So we have that.
Hey, what do you think of Vicky Guerrero's new Bang the Music?
I didn't pay attention to it. I got to hear it. Matter of fact, let me see. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see if it's a bop. Hold on. I'm gonna play it for the fans out there. Let's see. You don't have
10 seconds of it, so we don't get copyrighted by AEW.
Oh. AEW theme. Okay, well, let's see. Are you ready? Let me share it. All right, you don't have to share the screen. Just you can keep it in the back. Keep the screen in the background. So. Right. That is a bop. That is a bop. Okay.
It's not playing here.
It's not playing there?
I got to put it up on the thing. All right, go ahead, hit it again.
All right, hold on. How is it not playing, sir? What's wrong with you?
What? Vicky Guerrero! Vicky! What an unexpected...
That is a little bop. I like that. Okay. Okay, Vicky. All right. Okay.
The Vicky Guerrero bop, baby.
Yo, listen. Let's not act like AEW don't be throwing out bangers every now and then, okay? Like, your man Lee Johnson, who's the jobber to the stars, okay?
Yeah.
The new Kurt Hawkins, the black Kurt Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still here. Just give me a second.
Okay. The black Kurt Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen, has one of the best theme songs I've heard in a minute. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I find that one too. Like AEW be dropping bangers. Wow, they gave this man a Titan, somebody made this man a whole Titantron, huh? Okay, all right, hold on. Let's see. Let's share the screen. It's a whole bop. Let's see. All right. Let me see. So we're going to put that on there. Told you. See? Lee Johnson got that. Hey, listen, AEW knows how to make some themes. I don't know who's in charge of their theme music, but they need a promotion, a raise, and some Hennessy from me, of course. Make sure the bottle of Hennessy says from Hollywood J-Blaq right on the outside because they know what the fuck they're doing. Like I love Nyla Rose.
Excuse me.
like I love Nyla Rose's theme song. I think it's perfect for her, very fitting for her. It's kind of like somewhere between a mix between Sabu and fucking Karma and like the Nation of Domination type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's perfect. It is.
This is a weird ass mix.
But it is though. I mean, AEW does whoever make the music is a genius. You know, like they find fitting music. The Dark Order theme is a bop. But like, I mean, but you know, the Elite have some bangers. They've had bangers because those are theme music they carried over from New Japan and Ring of Honor. So that's always going to be. I think that's just where the inspiration. Like you got to come with bangers, just like them. They have to be iconic themes. Like you know what the Young Bucks theme is that. Like you know what I'm saying? The Kenny Omega theme song sounds like a Mega Man, Mega Man 2 going to fight Dr. Wily type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, it's iconic.
Yeah, Kenny Omega's kind of reminds me of the TJ Perkins theme song.
Yeah. Exactly. But TJ Perkins automatically admits. Well, what's the name? What's his name? Johnson, the Johnston dude from WWE. When he made his theme, that's kind of what it was. He was like, that we're gonna make it like that. Fuck it. It is what it is. That's where they drew the inspiration from. So,
so now over to SmackDown real quick before we start talking about Extreme Rules. Matt Riddle is not being deterred by any sexual assault allegations.
Before we skip that, we gotta go back. We gotta talk about Eye for an Eye.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it because we're doing the pay-per-view prediction, so it'll be there.
Well, before we talk about the Eye for an Eye, though, like, what has been your opinion? Because you know that Rey Mysterio is not under contract right now. He hasn't been under contract for the last couple months. That little bombshell just got revealed, and then he's been involved without a contract for the last 2 months with his son, who is also not under contract for the last 2 months, And WWE has seemingly and I don't know how find a way to elevate these two men to a level that has never been seen before with people that don't have a fucking contract. I guess Rey Mysterio is a man of his word and say he's going to perform admirably regardless. But you got to give it, like, before we get to the I-4-9 match, we really got to give it up to Rey Mysterio. One, not having a guaranteed deal, his son not having a guaranteed deal, and them still coming in and week out, demonstrating a story that is standing the test of fucking time. Like, everybody was going to remember this story.
I think Kevin Owens said it best. What the hell kind of person is Seth Rollins to make Rey Mysterio, the nicest guy in the wrestling industry, want to rip out his fucking eyeball?
I mean, I can't argue with you there. I mean, yeah, he's definitely a man of honor if you break it all down, because only somebody that is very committed and willing to do those things that you've driven to that point is. But I think this is one of the best stories. This has got to be. I hope this is a really good cinematic eye for an eye. Like, I really want to see somebody's eyeball pop out and start gushing and shit. Like,
that's what. Okay, so they have said on numerous occasions the only way to win this match is to take out your opponent's eyeball. I want to talk about WWE writing themselves into a corner.
Oh, you already know this is gonna go to the back and probably be one of the best cinematic matches of all time. Like, this is somebody's eyeball gonna.
I have a feeling we're gonna see a CGI eye pop out of Rey Mysterio's head after the stomp.
I'd like to see one-eyed Seth Rollins, to be honest. Seth Rollins with an eye patch.
Oh, and how about Kevin Owens with the PCO Jean-Pierre Lafitte reference on Monday Night Raw?
Yes. I was like, holy shit. Oh, my God.
And for those who don't know, if you remember the 80s, the Golden Age Wrestling, the tag team of Quebec with Jean-Pierre Lafitte had one eye. And recently, last year, Jean-Pierre Lafitte, a.k.a. PCO, went and won the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship.
How you ask is because when he was dead, his manager, which was also the devil dude from ECW, old school ECW, took jumper cables. Yes,
James Mitchell
took jumper cables, strapped them to his fucking nipples, and shocked him back to life in the middle of the fucking match.
Oh, PCO, you are a living legend that nobody wants.
Oh my God! When I saw that, I was just like, that's all. Like, I sat there with my hand on my mouth, and I was just like, how you gonna jumper cable somebody's nipples, nigga? Like.
Hey, we saw Kane do it to Shane McMahon, but those were his balls.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's torture. Like, you're doing that for torturous reasons. You don't. There's first of all,
it's sexual reasons. I mean, yeah.
First of all, the nipples are not positive and negative terminals. Okay, let's just start there.
How do you know?
I don't actually. Okay, that's the fucked up part. And I don't want to find out. Watch, your ass gets to heaven and be like, you don't get into heaven. Why? Because you didn't use your nipples properly. How was I supposed to use your nipples? And then you see PCO pop out like this. I'm like,
oh my God!
I guess I'm going to hell. Whee!
And then doing Norwegian hell and shit.
The meaning of life is using your nipples as positive and negative terminal cables, ladies and gentlemen. I did not say do it. I'm just letting you know that's the meaning of life.
We're not telling you to do it. We're just saying, hey, you might like it.
I'm not saying not do it either. I'm not saying do it, but I'm not saying not do it.
So we're going to talk more about the Rey Mysterio Seth Rollins shit here in a little bit. So over to SmackDown. Sexual allegations be damned. Matt Riddle had a hell of a match with AJ Styles.
2 times in a row. All right. So, but this recent match was really more in depth. There wasn't any outside interference. There wasn't no hesitation by AJ Styles. This was simply 2 men getting their grind on. And Matt Riddle deserves to be there, hands down, no question that. Matt Riddle's been a main roster ready for a while now. Because I'm like, if they weren't going to strap the NXT Championship to him, just give him to the main roster and be done with it. It just sucks because the whole thing was supposed to end with Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle having a feud before he ended up there, and then you're supposed to have.
But the Timothy Thatcher shit was nice. It was Timothy Thatcher's a nasty motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what you got. That's what you take the good with the bad, right? Like, so yeah, it sucked that Pete Dunne couldn't do their feud with Matt Riddle, but man, if that hadn't happened, we wouldn't have seen the classic between him and Timothy Thatcher. So,
because I mean, like I just said, when I say Timothy Thatcher is a nasty motherfucker, I mean that man's wrestling style is fucking brutal.
He is. No. Sorry.
What you got?
None.
Motherfucker, you on camera eating? What you got?
None.
You on little shit again? Anyway, I Riddle, AJ Styles got no title. I think it was good to do in that. Because AJ Styles will be a good champion.
Yeah. So, match clean finish, handshake at the end. Then all of a sudden,
oh, here goes James' boy.
The fucking charisma vacuum. Baron Corbin, ladies and gentlemen. That should be his finisher, the charisma vacuum.
Well, kind of would like in the face, pull him out, suck him back in, drop him on the head.
What was the bigger charisma vacuum? Baron Corbin stepping onto your screen, or in the middle of a serious interview, Kanye West says George Bush doesn't care about black people? I think it's still Baron Corbin, okay?
Yeah, Baron Corbin, because Kanye West was right in that statement.
Baron Corbin just comes onto your screen and just steals everything, and everybody's disappointed. But
that's okay. So, does that say to the charisma of Baron Corbin, or the lack of charisma of everybody he's stealing it from?
No, that's Baron Corbin, because nobody likes him. Like he has the appeal of what every jobber should be, right? Like he's like Kurt Hawkins that wins. There you go. I finally found a comparison. Yes.
Oh my God.
He is Kurt Hawkins that wins. He comes in, talks a bunch of shit, and you know when you look at him, you're like, this nigga ain't shit, cuz I'll whoop his nigga ass any day. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker just pulls out a clean ass win from somewhere. It's not that he's like hits a nigga in the balls, or you know what I'm saying?
He's beating motherfuckers fingers.
And I think that's the worst part. How can you call this nigga a heel if he's beating everybody clean? What makes him so bad? Oh, because he jumps a nigga after the match? I've seen the Sandman do that. And he
just saw Kenny Omega do it.
Yeah. Shit, I've seen Sabu do it a million times. Hell, didn't New Jack has beaten the shit out of a motherfucker before the match, jumped on the nigga from the scaffolding in the middle of the match, and then after he pinned him, beat the shit out the nigga and threw him off the scaffolding after the match.
And also, New Jack also stabbed somebody with a knife 32 times during the match. Anyway.
He also intentionally tried to kill a motherfucker in the middle of a match, but that's neither here nor there.
Do we need New Jack versus Baron Corbin? Is that what we need?
I think so, because that's my problem. You can't have a heel. Yes, he talks a bunch of shit. I think this is, but even The Rock cheated once in a while when he was a heel, okay? This nigga, Baron Corbin, I was supposed to hate this nigga, right? But he's beating motherfuckers just clean dead in the middle of the fucking ring. No cheating.
And he's looking, and I think the other bad part about it, he looks good doing it.
Yeah, like, he's not a bad guy, but he's not a good guy. Is he the guy? Is this the original Roman Reigns? I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy.
It's possible. You know how they recycle storylines.
Oh my god, I can't because at least Sheamus was an asshole when he beat Jeff Hardy. Okay, like
Davis is still an asshole.
Like I'm trying to figure. That's what I'm like. So he talks a bunch of shit, and it just doesn't look like he can back it up like Kurt Hawkins. And then he comes around all of a sudden, just beats you clean out of fucking nowhere. Like in the days, like you went for a clothesline, now you ended up in the fucking in the days. Like
it's one of the best looking moves in the wrestling industry.
It is. I just said.
You know what else I think upsets people with Baron Corbin?
What?
Is that this man has two of the best moves in his arsenal.
Yep.
And he does them better than anybody else on TV.
Oh yeah, easily, hands down. I guess that's my problem. Like I don't cheer against Baron Corbin. I really don't cheer for this nigga. But even if I did, if I looked at him as a bad guy, I don't see him as one because he's not. He doesn't act like a bad guy. Yes, he talks a bunch of shit. The Rock talked a bunch of shit. Was he a bad guy? But I mean, at least he hit you in the balls every once in a while to let you know he was a heel. But
Steve Austin talked a lot of shit. He wasn't a bad guy.
Thank you. And Steve Austin would beat you and hit you with shit in the cheek sometimes if he had to. Baron Corbin will talk a bunch of shit about you and then beat you fucking clean in the middle of the ring like nothing ever happened.
And you can't do anything about it.
I'm really going to have to go through every single Baron Corbin match and find out in all of his wins, when has he ever cheated?
I think the last time I seen him cheat the win was the Elias match when he hit him low blow and then hit him in the days.
Yeah, but didn't Elias at some point beat the shit out of him with a guitar or some shit?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's tit for tat. See, a real heel, like Triple H, for example, in a standard regular match, would rake you in the eye, you know what I'm saying? Unbuckle the turnbuckle for the fuck of it, low blow you when he thought you were about to win, hit you with a pedigree, it was done. The Undertaker would poke you in the eye when he was Big Evil, would poke you in the eye or some shit, you know what I'm saying, spit on you.
No, let's be real here. The Undertaker in his later years would kick you in the balls and you in a submission.
Thank you. And you know what I'm saying? The Rock would hit you with a low blow before hitting you with rock bottom, then talk about
Austin would hit you in a chair, spit beer in your face.
Like that's heel shit. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a low blow, raking the eyes, a distraction by a manager, something. Baron Corbin does absolutely none of that, and he wins. That's not a heel. Just because somebody talks a bunch of shit does not make him a heel. And I think that's my problem with Baron Corbin. Could
it be the fact that he portrays a shitty person so well?
Yes, but okay, but with a shitty person, you got to do shitty things when you're inside the ring, and he doesn't do that. He comes in, beats you, hits a clean ass reversal, will reverse your shit in the fucking end of days, and the fucking whatever that twisty other fucking thing that he does, and that's it. We figured it out.
You talking about the deep six?
Yeah, he'll hit you with deep six. He'll hit you 2 moves of doom on you. Deep six, fucking end of days. It's a wrap. He didn't have to hit you in the balls. He didn't have to throw no powder in your face. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to distract the referee.
So are you saying right here, right now, that Baron Corbin is the cleanest heel in WWE?
Yes, he fucking is. Without a shadow of fucking doubt. What's good, Larry? How you doing?
What's good, Larry?
Without a shadow of a fucking doubt. He is the cleanest heel in WWE history. I mean, shit. Rick Martel used to distract motherfuckers, hit a nigga in the balls and some shit. And you know what I'm saying? DiBiase.
Bring arrogance in their face.
Just beats you fucking clean. No distractions. He just outworks you and then pins you and talks a bunch of shit.
And that makes you mad at Baron Corbin.
Yes, I can't because I can't cheer for him. So it's not like one of the Austin situations where I can relate to Baron Corbin. I mean, I can't relate to Baron Corbin at all. Okay, I can relate to Steve Austin. You know what I'm saying? I can't relate to this nigga. I don't even know who the fuck this nigga is anyway. I just know that he talks a bunch of shit. He's a pompous fucking ass. And he just wins matches fucking clean. He beat Kurt Angle clean.
He retired Kurt Angle clean.
Oh my God, I don't. Maybe
I don't know who Death Ambrose is, Mary.
The best heel. Dean Ambrose is not a heel. He's a face. He's just an asshole.
And his name is John Moxley now. And we did talk about this with your should have. He tried to re-rip Brian Cage's fucking torn bicep.
I mean, all right. So we've seen Ric Flair do that before, right? Matter of fact, didn't I remember that Ric Flair said if Magnum TA come out that fucking car accident with his knee fucked up, that he's going to strap him into a figure four and tear his knee out of his socket? I think there was I'll have to find that NWA promo, and I swear to God, it was there.
So were you surprised that Taz threw in the towel? Yeah.
But it made me think that they're saving him. He didn't want. I guess the storyline is going to be he'd rather have him mad at him now, but save his career for the long term. Which that's the best story
because that armbar John Moxley had on him was fucking nasty.
Oh, deep as fuck. Oh, I was like, ooh.
And he's sitting there flipping off. Look, John Moxley doing heel things, flipping off Taz, laughing at him. Fucking
you know what I'm saying? Roman had that shit. I mean, Mox had that shit in deep than a motherfucker, man. Ooh. And all
right, so it's time to get to the meat and potatoes of this video, which is the horror show. Extreme Rules predictions.
Yes.
We are starting off with the here it is. We have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship table match between the New Day and Cesaro and Nakamura.
So I've been trying to do the math on this one because Cesaro and Nakamura both won their matches against the New Day in singles competition. But there's a reason why the New Day are multiple-time tag team champions. This ain't a game. I want to see Nak and Cesaro as tag team champions.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think today is that day. I think that if it's going to happen, it might happen at Extreme Rules because right now there are no other tag teams.
Larry says the New Day.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be the New Day. I don't really see them. I don't see Cesaro and Nak winning it now. I could see him winning it at SummerSlam.
I think Cesaro and Nak win them tomorrow, and then in the rematch at SummerSlam, they drop them back to the New Day.
That'd be interesting. We'll see.
All right. Next up, we have the U.S. Championship, where every belt.
All right. So everything that you just said froze, and you're gonna have to say it again.
We good now?
I can hear you, but a little bit better.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
What I said, we have next up is the U.S. Championship match. MVP's belt, not the champion, looks better than the champion's belt.
Yes. So this is one of those other big money match things where the money's in Apollo Crews getting his United States Championship and wearing the new belt. But I'm thinking there's going to be Crews versus Lashley at SummerSlam.
Bobby Lashley will walk out the new U.S. champion.
Yep. Yeah, I think this is just a stepping stone because we've already seen the seeds being planted for Lashley taking on Apollo Crews. And I think that's the big money match right there. You got
Larry chooses MVP.
I think all right, so if they go MVP, it's not because I don't think it's because they didn't believe in Apollo Crews, because I think Apollo Crews is amazing. The only reason why I think they would put the belt on MVP is they're trying to tell a bigger story that's going down. But
I think if MVP were to win this match, he would just be one of those placeholder champions, and they put it on Ricochet again.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think we're setting up for the big money match, some black on black crime, which is Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley.
I'm going with Apollo also. He's been out the last couple of weeks, but we should see a good. It'll probably be on a pre-show, so nobody will actually see the match. But yeah.
Yeah, very true.
All right, next up, we have the match that we just discussed not too long ago. Eye for an eye. Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins.
So I think there's a bigger story. I think there's a bigger story to be told if Seth Rollins loses this match. And I want that story to be told. One eye patch Seth Rollins losing. And like I would love to see that for the remainder of the year.
He's going with Rey.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Rey Mysterio. I know that Rey Mysterio is not under contract right now, but I just feel like if they give this to him, give him this little spotlight, it'll make more sense. I mean, shit, he's already fucked up what you call his eye. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just go ahead.
I got to go in the area of Seth Rollins winning this match to set up Dominic versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam.
Oh, that would be crazy. Or you can really go crazy and set up Dominic versus Rey at SummerSlam. If you have Dom turn on Rey.
Enjoying Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
But I got Seth Rollins winning this. I think it's going to be a CGI eye popping out of Rey Mysterio's head.
Oh, Lord.
Going everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to see Seth Rollins. I think it'll add some more chutzpah to his character if he has an eye patch.
All right. Next up, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley versus a kind of heel acting Nikki Cross right now.
Oh yeah, Nikki Cross is snap. I just don't think that she's the person to beat Bayley for the belt, which presents another problem. That after this, it's Lacey Evans, and then what? You know what I'm saying? I think because it really has to go like this. Okay, I know we're going to talk about Sasha versus Asuka in a little bit.
Well, don't forget. Next month is August. Next month is SummerSlam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, they've been booking Lacey Evans to be kind of like the female Lex Luger, but with more personality outside.
But they gave her another heel turn.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, they did. Fuck. But why would they do that and give her a nationally televised show at the same time supporting military families? Oh, my fucking God, WWE.
It's the WWE, and it's Tom Pritchard.
Oh, my fucking God. What's good,
I'm going with here due to the SummerSlam payoff.
Yeah, it's gotta go. You gotta go. Because, like I said, the only two people that are left that need legitimate shots that we still haven't seen, like a full, clean, legitimate shot, was Lacey Evans and Sasha Banks, and that's it. But if it goes the way it's supposed to, we're definitely setting up for SummerSlam with Sasha Banks Bayley.
Hey Jay, looks like you need some desperate men with all that gray.
I know, man. I know. It's I like the gray on the beard. I hate it on the hair. So I just got to figure that out.
Larry's going with Nikki Cross.
He's gonna roll the dice on that one. I feel you.
So I'm going with Bayley just for the SummerSlam payoff. And while we're here, we might as well talk about it. The Raw Women's Championship, Asuka versus Sasha Banks. Again, I have to go against Sasha in this match due to the SummerSlam payoff, unless you're going to reunite the Women's Championship at SummerSlam.
So I think that's where we need to be. So I believe this is how I think that this goes down. You can quote me on this. Bayley cost Sasha the belt somehow, some way. 2 weeks. No Sasha Banks on TV. Then all of a sudden she pops up and just demands a title shot at that point at SummerSlam. I think that's
so what happens to the women's tag team titles at that point?
I don't know. I think that's how you build up the heat between the two. You can build them up.
Actually, have them drop the titles right before SummerSlam. Maybe a takeover against an NXT women's team.
Oh, you mean a nice little NXT team takeover team? See, I'm mad because I wanted Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez to win the NXT tag team titles.
But now Dakota Kai just entered the program with heel try.
Yeah, and so that whole thing has just been thrown out. But now we got Bianca Belair and what's her name? Which
you got Bianca and Ruby Riott. You have Liv Morgan, who should be coming back soon. Yeah, you're having some issues over there, buddy. Some technical difficulties. Give us a minute. The mic is still crossed out on your name. We're having some technical difficulties.
Can you hear me now? He must be having some technical difficulties. So, we have.
I'm back.
Okay, thank you. So, I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I'm thinking. So we have, what's her name? Lana and Natalya lingering out there, still with beef with Liv Morgan and beef with Liv Morgan. I really think that we can come up with a new Riot Squad.
Bianca Belair does not need to be in a Riot Squad.
Hold on. Hear me out. Just give me a second. Hear me out. Okay? So maybe it's not called a Riot Squad. Well, that's just like no. We'll call it that. But I'm telling you what's going to happen with the next week or two. Natalya and Lana are going to jump into this little fracas between the Iconics and Bianca Belair and Ruby Riott. Then it's going to pop in the return of Liv Morgan, which is going to prompt a triple threat. A 6-man tag match at SummerSlam. And they're going to form, they might be tightening it together because right now, Bianca Belair has nothing to do unless they're going to put Bianca Belair with Natalya, which would be a nice little feud.
They cover up the grades with hashtag lids matter.
Lids matter. So think about that. Think about that for a second.
Okay, so I'm just going to say this straight out. If they put Bianca Belair in any stable besides the Street Profits with Bianca Belair, they will fuck Bianca Belair. She has way too much charisma to be saddled to any other woman in that division.
Well, it doesn't have
to be saddled with any other woman in that division.
It doesn't have to be an official alliance, okay? It could be like the Shield almost, okay? Where if you put these three people together, they're going to come fuck shit up. So it's best not to put
I got one selection.
Okay.
Yeah. Bianca Belair and Shayna Baszler are the tag team.
Everybody would die. Why would you do that? Are you a sponsor of death, sir? Is that what you want? You want everyone to die? I thought so. I really thought so.
It would be the female version of the 2-man power trip. It would have all the belts.
Dude, we have the 2-man power trip. We have Bayley and Sasha.
Shayna and Bianca would be better.
I love Bianca Belair. I don't care what anybody
Couldn't you
says.
see Bianca Belair going? Bianca Belair would be like this. Bianca Belair would be like. Then all of a sudden, Shayna Baszler's back there choking bitch.
Oh my god! If they just go run around just fucking people up, I'm here for it. I love Bianca Belair. She's amazing.
I'm going Oscar in this match for the SummerSlam payoff of Sasha versus Bayley.
Yes, payoff time, baby, payoff time.
All right, next up we have the WWE Championship match: Big Daddy Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler, but the stipulation has still to be determined.
Man, listen. I don't care if they have Drew McIntyre with both his arms and both his legs tied behind his back with duct tape over his mouth and blackout and darkness with a blindfold over his eyes. This nigga will find a way to still hit the fucking Claymore on Dolph Ziggler and beat him 1, 2, 3.
Larry's going through also. My whole issue with this right now is there's nobody on Raw in Drew's fucking talent level right now. Brock Lesnar is taking time off again.
Exactly. So
if they bring Goldberg in, he's just going to play more the shit out of Goldberg.
That's the only thing. You have Drew McIntyre than everybody else. Somewhere
he already beat
Maybe over here.
He already beat Lashley.
Yeah. They've booked this man into a corner. There's nobody beating him anytime soon. Once you beat Brock Lesnar, everything else is like, But we're waiting for, I guess we're waiting for Orton versus Drew. That's supposed to be the next big feud. There's also, after this,
well, you can also put Andrade in there. Andrade's really good against Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, but you'd also see Eyed Seth versus Drew. Or, you know what I'm saying? Because one way, this feud has to end with Rey Mysterio, whether Seth Rollins loses an eye or Rey Mysterio loses an eye and Dominic turns on him. Seth Rollins will be like, you know what? I'm good, fam. Y'all on your own. I'm going after Drew. Holla at your boy. Deuces, right? He's going to be like the outro to every show I do. We out this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so.
Well, okay, so let's look at potential challengers for Drew McIntyre. Kevin Owens, Aleister Black, Seth Rollins, Samoa Joe once he's healthy, Andrade. Who else?
You just mentioned a bunch of names, and I can see Drew McIntyre Claymore and shit out of every single last one of them, except Samoa Joe, because it's going to take at least 3 to get the man down. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm going Drew McIntyre here, too. They put the belt on Dolph. It's only to set up something majorly big later down the road.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Drew McIntyre is going to end up killing this dude.
Next up, we have the match that everybody's looking forward to. The best story Braun Strowman has been in since Roman Reigns. Braun Strowman versus cult leader Bray Wyatt in a Wyatt swamp fight, non-title. So, on SmackDown.
Oh, you want me to say something? I'm just like, hold on, wait. Give me a second. A few more face poses. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done. All right, go ahead.
On SmackDown, Braun Strowman killed John Morrison. But before he murdered John Morrison, he cut the best promo I've ever heard Braun Strowman cut. He said that he needs to end Bray Wyatt in the swamp because he does not want to see the Fiend.
No, I don't think he wants. At least he's being self-aware. Because the Fiend comes for you, there's no stopping it.
I'm not sure if a 55-year-old guy from Atlanta.
Well, unfortunately, once he goes through all this, so you think about this for a second now. The Fiend feeds on things that are personal, right?
And
When
there's
they're
nothing more personal right now than what's going on with Braun Strowman.
Yeah. And so once this becomes personal, and he beat the Funhouse Bray Wyatt, and then probably is going to end up drowning the Bray Wyatt and killing cult leader Bray Wyatt for good in the swamp and drown this nigga. The Fiend is basically going to be at full power. We're talking about in kayfabe terms. And what if this is exactly what the Fiend wants? What if this is exactly what Bray Wyatt wants?
See, that's how I'm looking at it. That this has been Bray Wyatt baiting Braun Strowman into the Fiend.
Yeah. It is something else. Like that's the theory behind this one, and I think I want to write an article about this one. Maybe I'll drop it off Sunday morning on Cage Side Seats. I don't know, but if you think about that, then Braun Strowman's going to win to light the final spark in the takeover of the Fiend. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen the Funhouse being rebuilt several times, but you notice that every time that something happens to this Funhouse and it needs to be rebuilt, or somebody tests the will of Bray Wyatt steps steps out of the picture, and the Fiend steps a little bit more into the picture each and every time. And then all of us, this might be the tipping point. Like you've ended the cult leader, you've ended the Funhouse host. There's nothing left but the Fiend, and that's literally the last thing that you wanted.
Yeah, because if he beats the cult leader, that means Bray Wyatt has no more personalities to turn to.
Yep.
Fight Braun Strowman, unless you want to turn back to Husky Harris and have Husky Big Boy fight Braun Strowman.
Could you imagine him fighting as Husky Harris? That would be funny as fuck. Even just for a random SmackDown, that'd be funny as fuck.
But this is all leading up to probably the cinematic match to end off cinematic matches, the Fiend versus Braun Strowman at SummerSlam.
It's either going to be very cinematic or what I hope for, Hell in a Cell. But is the thing tall enough to do Hell in a Cell in? I want it to perform. Well, it would have to because you have to be able to practice it somehow.
Well, you also got to remember, they can always move it to the roofs of Titan Towers.
Ooh, imagine a Hell in a Cell match on top of Titan Towers.
Between the Fiend and Braun Strowman.
Book it.
Or what if? Think about this one too. Could you imagine if it was the Fiend versus Braun Strowman in the match that Matt Riddle and Thatcher had?
Oh, the cage fighter match.
Be like the Fiend's little play. It'd be the Fiend's playground.
Well, oh Lord! Imagine with a bunch of weapons and shit everywhere. That'd be ridiculous. Oh,
I'm going with Braun here because I want the Fiend to murder Braun Strowman.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the same thing. I'm going with Braun Strowman.
And we like Braun Strowman. We are fans of Braun Strowman. But the Fiend is the Fiend.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this was supposed to be Roman Reigns' spot. And this was supposed to be the Anybody But You Roman saga finally coming to a close. You know what I'm saying? And then it wasn't. So you got to end. This one has to end with SummerSlam with Braun Strowman, with the Fiend winning, getting his belt back, going on a complete tear, possibly until Roman Reigns shows up. And yeah. Ooh.
But that is that is Extreme Rules. That is tomorrow night.
Oh, hey, didn't we have a bar fight though?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, we can't forget about the bar fight.
Because it wasn't on the card. That's why I forgot about it.
Oh wow, yeah, we got a bar fight to talk about.
Or did they move that to next week?
Was it next week or was it last night? It could have been next week. I think it's next week. You're cutting out bad. Hold on. No, you're still bad. Okay, yeah, they canceled the match for tomorrow, and it's gonna be next week. If you can hear me. If you guys can hear me, give me a sign. Drop out and drop back in if you can. If you hear me.
So what happened?
There you go. So yeah, so they dropped the match off. They dropped the match off the card for tomorrow, and they're putting it for next week's SmackDown, which is probably a better idea. And I think the reason why they're doing it, maybe because some of the cinematics didn't go over the way that they thought they was going to go over.
So this is the second match that they advertised for Extreme Rules that they're having on Raw. Because remember, we're supposed to get everybody wanted to see the big rematch between Randy Orton and the Big Show.
No.
But that's removed the Raw also. So.
I tell them, no, we didn't want to see that. We didn't want to see any of that. Oh.
All right, so I'm hoping that Extreme Rules is a very cinematic pay-per-view that has the ability to be.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason they're calling this the horror show. So.
Very. So, I think that half the matches that aren't actual physical matches, well, the matches that aren't going to take place in the ring are going to be very cinematic. I think that the eye for an eye one is going to start in the ring and then end up and then they're going to transport to the back where you see the cinematic piece of it. Kind of like.
It'll be so the cinematic matches will be Rey Mysterio, Seth Rollins.
Yep.
And the swamp fight.
Yep. And so I think it starts off in the ring. It's going to end with the cinematic, similar to what was it? Similar to the Street Profits and Viking Raiders match, right? Didn't it start off in the ring?
No, remember that started off.
Oh, this started off in the back.
Well, Edge and Orton's been put on hold due to
Yeah, due to Edge's injury, it's probably going to be a while. I'm hoping Royal Rumble at the earliest. That's what I'm hoping at Royal Rumble the earliest, I think, for that one.
Do you have anything else to talk about tonight?
No, that's it. Hey, we appreciate y'all coming through. I appreciate y'all sticking around with us through even a little bit of our technical difficulties. But I hope we got our point across and did our thing. If you like what you see, maybe make sure you like and subscribe. And you get to see more of our ugly mugs, giving you the information that you need, whether it's wrestling, sports, video games, no matter what. Just come through, holler at us. Check out the Ball on the Budget series. Ball on the Budget is popping. We just did another pair of headphones. We did a TV. We did Google Stadia.
Larry went and picked up Hellblade. Good luck.
Said, like, well, good luck and good night, right? But yes, make sure you check it out. But until then, that's about it. That's all I got for him tonight.
So we will be pre-recording stuff probably tomorrow because James looks tired right now.
Yeah, we're gonna start. We're gonna start after I get my hair cut. So probably around noon your time if you got time.
I'll be home all day, so no problem.
All right, so
we're gonna pre-record the hold on one second. Larry just said they're hard. It's not the game is not hard itself. It is what happens in the game with the voices that really messes with your head. So that's why I'm saying good luck. I'm actually at the end of the game now. I got to finish it tonight, so I can wrap that series up. But anyway, with that being said, James, are you proud of your boy? The battle for Bikini Bottom, a simple black game.
Oh Lord, hey, I am proud of you. Also, my son has beat clean Mega Man 3, which was, that was some fuckery right there. I told him that Mega Man 4 is going to be nice and fun. Oh, you should have seen it. I'm going to upload the video. He died so many times at the Toadman stage. Like, sat there like, I just sat there just like, get to
Love
the
you
edge.
too, Larry. You be safe too, brother.
Love you too, brother. Like, I told you, like, get to the edge, nigga. Get to the edge. Get to the edge. Get to the edge. No, you quit jumping. Get to the edge. No, fuck.
So, okay, if your kids are new to gaming, have them play the Mega Man series because Mega Man will prepare them for Dark Souls.
Yes. The only good thing is that you could do a save point in the middle of a level, which we never had as kids, and so I'm just watching in the stream as he's following in the pit, reload, following into the pit, reload, falls into the pit, reload, and fell into the same pit 7 or 8 times. God bless his soul. I love him.
Hey, that's how it is, man, with those type of games.
Yeah, it is. All love, brother. It's all love, man.
But anyway, my name is Big Syn. That's Hollywood J-Blaq. If you like us, you like what we do, you like what you hear, you like looking at our ugly fucking mouth for some goddamn reason, you might be sadomasochist or something. Hit like, subscribe. If you're on YouTube, hit that bell so you know when we drop videos. Sinful Black Sports will be popping off real soon with NFL shit, overtime sports. Sinful Black Gaming pops off every single day with new content. But we are out this bitch. Motherfucking deuces.